As soon as you say technique or method, one thinks I should be mastering that, therefore there should be a progression. Again, it's very hard to avoid that coming back into thought.
Yes.
As let's say an actor studying, I should be reaching, I'm closer to the diploma to the extent I've mastered the technique.
Yeah, the minute you've mastered something, it has mastered you. No, you really want to be a beginner. Someone who is finding out all the time. If you can really be, it's like Socrates. I think I told you the story of the oracle in Greece was talking that Socrates was the smartest man in Greece, so all the students went to listen to Socrates talk. And at the end they went up to Socrates and they said, our oracle, our teachers told us that you're the smartest man in Greece. And Socrates laughed and said, your teacher is all wrong. The only thing that I know is I know nothing. So they went back to their teacher and said, we met Socrates and we told him what you said, that he was the smartest man in Greece. And he laughed and said that the only thing he knows nothing. And the teacher said that's why he's the smartest man in Greece. To know that you know nothing, to really know that you know nothing, means you're a beginner. And from that platform you start. But you always remain a beginner. You don't become a professional, a professor, a prostitute. It's all in the same.
Don't be pro.
Yeah.
You're a teacher and you've been teaching for years. Have you arrived at certain truths? Have you arrived at certain knowledge and you say, oh, well, I've learned this over many years of teaching. I know for sure this is the way it goes down.
No, to be honest with you, every class I'm learning. I've taught thousands and thousands and thousands of classes. I'm learning all the time, and I approach every class. I don't even think about it. I'm always excited and curious. Curious is not the right word. I'm excited to find out, what am I going to learn this time? And what I'm learning, if you asked me, I wouldn't be able to tell you what I've learned. I can only tell you I'm in the process of, and so it's always brand new. It's always a revelation. And I think real good actors in rehearsal are learning all the time, discovering all the time. There's no such thing as a noun. It's just a linguistic convenience, if you will. We use nouns, but there's no such thing as a noun. Everything is a movement, and that movement has to be on the backdrop of something. Life is a movement that seems to have a beginning and an end, but it obviously has to be on the backdrop, even on a logical, intellectual level. If you begin to see that, then you can go perhaps deeper and have a revelation where that deeper dimension is what functions, even though you're moving within the shadows of limitation itself.
Being within limitation, but also having some kind of awareness.
Yeah, when the movement of thought is seen and stops of its own accord, something else is operating. That something else obviously is intelligence. Another word, that something else is love. It's not the love of thought, which is possession, jealousy, all the rest of that, which we call love. Sex, we call that love. Love making. People that get together, take off their clothes, and they have love making. No, we're talking about something that transcends that completely. So you're not functioning. So when the whole being caught up in the psychological structure is seen, then something else operates. That something else is the eternal. We're using words that are limiting, obviously. But to be of that that is operating. So there's no person there. There's a conditioned person. You can be of the truth, if you will, and still you're conditioned. You know, I prefer this particular kind of food over that. That's part of my conditioning.
That's who Michael Beckett is.
Yeah, I'm right-handed. I've been using my right hand. I'm not left-handed. I can use my left hand, but I write with my right hand. That conditioning is part of this. But that's just to be used. The conditioning is to be used. Period. That which is operating is the intelligence, and that intelligence can come through in performance always if one is in touch with it. And let me say this, I think it's difficult for actors today that are coming from that kind of place, because the people who are hiring, directing, producing, they're very much concerned, with all due respect, with the results and that which is going to make money. They don't want to create an atmosphere that lends itself to that kind of freedom.